Hello and welcome to David Photography. On today's show it's action-packed with me taking out the Olympus OMD M10 Mark III with its first videos.
Hello and welcome.
Followed up by me taking a picture of a bridge. All this on today's show, so let's get going. We made it simple. All we took out was the camera and its 14 to 40mm lens. Nothing else came with it, no filters, no nothing. To see what the results would be by taking just the camera with its lens. Not only this, but any pictures that I show will be direct from the camera. There is no editing whatsoever and no modification of any pictures. The camera's set to take RAW and JPEG, so we can see both images of the same thing and see how the camera deals with the processing of it. As we've said, the camera is set up in the simplest manner, and this is how you should start off when you're taking pictures, keeping it simple. Don't complicate things and you'll get much further. So, let's run the video.
Hello and welcome. Today we're out. I'll show you where we are on another little bit of add-in. We're in Byker, beside Morrison's, and as you may be able to hear, there's water around here, so I'll turn you around, you can have a look. This is the metro bridge, which goes over and heads into town. The paths here some of them are proper tarmac. There is quite slippy parts around the top bit where all the leaves have come. But we're just here, test the camera out, test the video, test the sound. And this has technically been the first fine day that there's been. So we'll just see what we can get. I won't be able to talk all the time because piles of people come that seem to walk their dogs here. And I'm not talking to camera with piles of people around. So you hear that? That's a train on the bridge above. So I'll take a few pictures. I'll turn around.
Okay, to tell you where we are taking today's photos, here's the Google map. This here is Morrison's store in Byker. The postcode is NE61EJ. Now I parked the car in the car park, then we'll come out and end up on this road here to go across to the thing. As it was Sunday, all of these roads you could have parked the car on because they were all empty. The entrance into the park was about here, and it continues around the path and in down here. This location here is where the water is, where the bridge was. As you see, it isn't a very big park, but I walked around, back out here, across the road here, which brings you back to Stepney Bank, around here, down to this bit, and there's the front. And this is video 2 that will show you next. After there, I continued around, crossing the bridge here onto this side, and walked around the path, which is around the outside here, right beside the water. Continuing along the path here, down to the bridge. And this is the small short walk which I did in making this video. So hopefully this helps you find the location and where it is in relation to other things. So let's get to watching the next part of the video. Well, this is a path that runs along the water beam. There's the bridge up there. That's the way we came in. It goes via Byker farm, which is this here. By walking from the stables, you come along this path, which goes under the bridge. I've now got rid of as many people as we can. We're now approaching the quays, which is in this direction. This direction takes you back to where we were, beside the farm, and therefore nearer to Morrison's. When we go around the corner, we come to what's called the toffee factory, which is near the quayside. So, as you see, we have now got proper paths, which aren't slippy, and that there's the toffee factory. There's a number of paths in. This goes up beside Key Timber, where you can park on that road. Is here, that's Dallas Carpets. So you can work out where I am. Of course, the water today is very, very dirty.
This is as you see, piles of people have scribbled on it. But this was the location of the glassworks. If you want to read that, just pause the video and you can have a look. Now there's all new flats built here. Okay, so this is the first image. This side, this is the JPEG. On this side, this is the raw image. Now, these are the same image, but on the JPEG it is cut off this bit of the bridge and this bit of plant, so technically it's cut this bit down here off, producing the JPEG for it. This is a second image. Once again, this is the JPEG. And this is the raw. This is a picture from the bridge of the water that I showed you in the video. Alongside each other. You notice how the JPEG zoomed in a lot more. You lost the steps down this side. You're a bit more closer. It seems to have zoomed in. That this is much bigger than this bit of tree. Don't forget, none of these pictures have been edited in any way. They're as they come from the camera, and the camera settings are the same for all the pictures. This is picture 3. Once again, you'll notice there's little bits missing off for the JPEG. You have less of this here in it. It's like it's more zoomed in to the picture. Now, if you take it that everything that was done when going away here was done handheld. There was no items used, there was no tripods, no nothing, just the camera and the lens. On the second set at the farm, as you see, the JPEG version has really zoomed in on the chicken's head. And I also note that all these pictures were took after 11 o'clock and before 1. All using the same setting.
And finally, on that final bit after leaving the farm and going around the bit of the river, you came across this boat. And that's the raw picture. And that's the JPEG picture. Note that for me to open the raw picture for the Olympus, I had to open Olympus Viewer 3. So that may be why the pictures look different. The JPEG is just opened in Photo Viewer, but that won't open any raw photos. It will only open the JPEGs. So as you say, a day out to a place that you haven't been, which is right on your doorstep. You could have exactly the same thing, that you miss out not going to places, but now you've got the camera, go to places that are nearby, get whatever pictures that are there, and just have a great walk. You don't have to bring pictures back. You're not contracted to bring pictures back. You're not being paid to bring pictures back. So it doesn't matter what you take pictures of. So, thank you for watching this episode. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you. See you next time.